It was the closure I need. I'm looking for emancipation.
Birds of Prey. Well, I like Margot Robbie, and if this is anything like the DC animated movies, it's gonna be great. Who the fuck is this guy?
Hasn't yet hit my
I thought
radar.
Ewan McGregor was playing Black Mask.
I was halfway and thinking about breakfast. Egg.
Ugh, why do bad movie writers think that we're all fucking stupid? Stop telling me what's happening. I know what she's having for breakfast because I can see this fat, greasy asshole making breakfast, so there's really no need to describe the fucking breakfast. This movie breaks the first rule of screenwriting. Show, don't tell. This movie tells you everything as you're watching it. It's like a tabloid newspaper who just found Russell Brand's secret sexual memoirs and can't wait to tell you. Admittedly, that joke might be a bit old, but trust me, it's funny. If you don't like it, it's because you're sexist.
What? It's not a party without a little drama, am I right?
Why is Ewan McGregor playing this fruity gay nightclub owner? I guess I must have got the casting mixed up. I'm not Tony Jaa, okay? But I know enough about martial arts to know when someone else doesn't know the roundhouse from the roadhouse. And these bitches would get slapped about by a dirty dancer in track pants. That was actually a pretty clever joke. That's why all the camera angles are low. It's to hide the fact that the kicks are going nowhere near the face. You see, a good martial arts movie shoots it like this. Then you can see the athleticism, you can see the kicks and punches, you can see the actor actually doing it. But when you've got about as much athleticism as an esports games player, you bring the whole production down.
Can I find Cassandra Cain? Hold up. I'm telling this all wrong. Let's rewind.
Fuck, it's not bad enough I have to listen to this whiny Brooklyn broad narrate every single facet of what I'm already seeing like an Instagram model. Now we're going backwards in time for no reason. This isn't Tarantino-esque. In fact, when Tarantino does this kind of thing, he does it to give you an alternate perspective of the same event. This movie isn't doing that. It's telling us the exact same thing from the exact same perspective. It's just chopping it up into different pieces for no reason. What the fuck is the theme of this movie? Who am I supposed to root for? Her? She's literally a psychopath who cares about nobody and murders people for fun. There are multiple examples of her toxic behavior. Should I really root for someone who has just blown up a chemical factory? I know, right? It's a moment of feminine power where she's overcoming her past tragedy with her toxic boyfriend. But think about this for a second. She didn't kill the Joker. She didn't even call him on the phone to tell him what a pasty asshole he is. She detonated a chemical factory, which may have had people inside, and at the same time cost thousands of jobs of innocent people. And why? Because it's where she met a toxic ex-boyfriend? Right. How is any woman supposed to connect with this? This whole movie reminds me of that Marilyn Monroe quote. You know the one where she's trying to justify toxic behavior? This isn't a movie supporting equal rights. It's a movie which is justifying the toxic behavior of a violent prick. Actually, I'm beginning to understand why women like this. Alright, we're a fair chunk into the movie now. Where the hell is Black Mask? He's Black Mask? This mincing Saturday Night Fever extra who's terrified of blood is the same guy who punches his own men in the face just because he had a bad day? This camp spaz who's terrified of blood and dirt is one of the most brutal, violent men in the DC Rogues gallery? I've got almost zero hope for this movie now. I can't even tell if he's playing the character gay or if... Oh, I know! When he read the character sheet, he obviously misread the word menacing. He thought it said mincing. This performance is an insult to the Black Mask fans, and it's pretty insulting to gay people too. Wait, hold on a second. Isn't this movie called Birds of Prey? This is just a Harley Quinn movie. She literally dominates 95% of the screen time while her minority pals pop up every now and then to remind us that the movie is indeed including some token minorities. This must be why they changed the name of the movie, because it's kind of hard to call it Birds of Prey when the Birds of Prey aren't in it. Yeah, this movie feels like one massive vanity project for Margot Robbie. Whoever the producer is, they should never have let this happen. They should have definitely... Oh. So what's the takeaway from this scene? White ladies can do what they want in a police station? Because this had been a brother, they'd have put more holes in him than Mia Khalifa, even if all he had in his hands was a Subway sandwich. But these guys just wait patiently for their turn to get blasted in the face with a beanbag filled with glitter, which I'll admit does make the image look nicer. And the one thing I can say about this movie is that the visuals are pretty nice and colourful, which is definitely a nice escape from the very dour Snyderverse that we all got used to. Alright, I'm going to give this movie its first cool point. Stunt or CGI, I'm not sure which way around it is, but that was still cool. Do you know what my favourite thing about this fight scene? It's how realistic it is. There were so many times when I used to do martial arts when I'd get, you know, a really weak leg sweep and it would knock me unconscious instantly. Here's what annoys me. Unlike the makers of this movie, I actually don't think women are morons. I think they're pretty bright. And I don't think that just because the movie has a woman in it, that women will think that it's good. I like to believe that women have the same ability to judge quality as men, and that they don't just go, "Oh, look, woman in movie good, 'cause woman here." What? In the same way that I don't automatically think that any movie with a character called Lee in it is the greatest movie of all time just because it's got Lee in it. That would make me a moron. Look, this is a bad movie. Start to finish, it's a bad movie. Actually, it's worse than a bad movie. It's an average movie. It's a forgettably average movie, with jokes that land less often than Aaliyah's private jet and have the same outcome. It's got virtually nothing to do with the Birds of Prey, and whoever the fuck this mincing prick is not Black Mask. I like the production design because it brings some much needed colour, but this doesn't excuse the absolutely piss poor writing that is present throughout this entire movie. What's worse is this movie is pitched as a movie for women when really it's a movie for one woman. This woman. It does every other woman in it a disservice, and it insults the intelligence of every woman watching it. If I'd have been in charge of Warner Brothers and they slapped this on my table with a smile, I'd have slapped it back off their face with a comedy boxing glove, because that would have been better than this movie. I hope you've enjoyed this review. I know it's a bit different than how I normally do reviews, but I decided to just experiment a bit. If you enjoyed it, press like. If you didn't enjoy it, stop watching my videos. I'm just kidding, keep watching. Anyway, that's it for this video. Thanks a lot, guys. I'll catch you again next time.